Okay, welcome everybody to our Emerald Gaia transmission, the Galactic Abundance Codes. I'm so thrilled that you've joined me here today and that we're going to be receiving this amazing upgrade to all the work that we've been doing in our circles. And I just want to mention that I've been noticing with friends and clients and just observing the collective that we are going through tremendous purging, and we have done quite a bit of work. We've created a foundation here in this circle of bringing up what is ready to be healed, dissolved, transformed, integrated. And so what happens is when we do that powerful work vibrationally, sometimes in our physical reality, we start to have experiences that are really a reflection of what it is we are letting go of, okay? So it may start to feel like that we may be going backwards, or that the work hasn't been done, and why am I going through this? That's those sorts of energies. And so my suggestion is to just be aware that this is what's happening. It's a part of you that is showing up in the outer world. It's even if it's a person that you might have a conflict with, like unexpectedly, a friend somebody you've been friends with for a long time. It may come up that you're just not able to be, you're uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be with that person because we're letting go of these vibrations that are no longer serving us. And sometimes it may show up in somebody close to us because we have been matching them for a long time. And then when we no longer match them, there's like a recalibration that occurs. It doesn't mean that the relationship is over. It doesn't mean that everything needs to blow up. It's just that there might be a period of discomfort because that vibration that we're choosing to let go of is actually showing up in that person in the outer world. So I'm here to tell you it's not them. It is something that you're releasing inside of you, and that's just a reflection. So again, we make our boundaries in these particular situations, even though we know that it's a part of ourselves that we're releasing and that's being processed. We still have our boundaries. We still make choices. Do I want to continue in this relationship? Do I want to continue in this partnership? Do I need to leave this situation? Do I need to make a boundary? So all of those things, we still take action, but with the awareness that this is something that we're choosing to let go of. We're in a process. And so we just have to be very patient and kind with ourselves. When we do this very powerful energy work, it's not like from one day to the next, everything shifts. There's a process of purification that we go through. Every time we do one of these circles, every time we call forth these codes, we receive and we can feel elated. We can feel a lightness, and we experience receiving those codes. And then we can also experience a purification process because the light will bring up the shadow to be integrated. And so again, we're learning those skills here in this circle. We're learning the skills. We have support because all of us are going through this. So we're all speaking the same language. So we have support. I know what it feels like to go through these things. So in this circle, the purpose of this circle is to offer support when we're in those challenging moments. And so I'm just so happy that you're taking the opportunity today to for us to work together as a group to recalibrate and come into alignment with that divine source within. So that energy, the energy of purification, you know, when we receive the codes, when we receive this divine vibration moving through our system, is similar to this energy. Mary Beth, let's see. We're gonna mute you. Okay, thanks, Mary Beth. Okay, so we're working with this the Emerald Gaia vibration of the river, the force of the river, water alchemy. Okay, so this purifying energy is like a river moving through our system, and it can be very forceful, like a white water rafting kind of that energy. It's just very powerful, and it's moving through. It moves through it like the water adjusts as it moves through obstacles, and it also washes away obstructions that can be washed away. And also the water is so powerful that it can change the form of stones, you know, through a gradual process. Okay, so we're going to call forth this vibration of the river, so as an Emerald Gaia frequency that we can work with to accelerate the purification process, so that we can move through with minimal resistance. So that's another purpose of the support of the group, because we don't feel alone. And so sometimes when we feel alone going through these processes, it creates resistance. So in being in the group, working with others, working with the power of the group, we feel supported. We are supported. And then we're going to work with the Galactic family, our Galactic star family. So in the July 7th, there was a portal that opened, the Syrian goddess Stargate. And this is a preparation for the Lion's Gate, which is 8/8. And so this is one of the stargates that opens. And the Syrian goddesses are feline beings. So we'll be working with the feline beings of the Egyptian pantheon today. So we'll see who comes forth to offer our code. And the other thing that I just want to mention before we get started is that we're working with vibration in this circle. We're working with vibration. And that's with the understanding that as we cultivate the vibration of abundance inside of ourselves, because abundance is a vibration, we cultivate that experience inside of ourselves. So that means we call for, what is it that we think abundance will bring to us? And then we cultivate that feeling. So if what we're looking for, what we're seeking is, you know, a sense of freedom, well, that would come from not having to worry about financial things and, you know, having everything taken care of. But you know, ultimately what we want is freedom, or whatever else it is that, you know, each of us, it's different for each of us. So, but we cultivate that feeling, that because the vibration is feeling of freedom inside of ourselves first, and then these different experiences come forth in the outer world that match our vibration. And that's how the law of attraction works. That's how we truly move into an experience, a sustainable experience of abundance, is by cultivating, constantly being aware and continuously cultivating that experience of abundance and fulfillment as a feeling that is inside of us. It starts with the vibration, and then everything in the outer world matches and recalibrates and aligns with that inner vibration. So that's the main thing that we'll be working with is cultivating the most beautiful vibration of abundance inside ourselves, and then take that forth with us into our daily experience. Okay, so let's see if we have any comments here. I've been feeling like I'm at the end of my lived life. I've run out of time and might not make it to Mecca. Okay. All right, Deborah. So let's see. It's like sometimes we get tired because we're doing so much work, and I get it. Sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, another purification, another layer, another obstacle. And it's like we can enter into states of just being tired of doing the work. We lose our vibrancy, we lose our freshness, that joy in discovering the divinity inside of us. So we're going to work with that. We're going to thank you so much for bringing that up, Deborah, because we're going to work with that. Because I know I have had moments this week where I also was called to surrender, because I felt like there's nothing more I can do to it's just like we can get to a point. It's not despair. It's where we must just simply let go and surrender to that flow of this divine energy and this river of life and love that we're in. So we'll work with that. Let's see. Yes, 7-7 is the feline beings are coming forth. The Syrian, this is from a star, is a star nation, the Syrian goddesses. And they manifested in the Egyptian pantheon. And so we'll see who comes forth, because we're going to work with this blue ray. And so we'll see. It's an experience, and we just have to take the leap. So let's just get started. So we all know that we start out with grounding, connecting to the ascended Gaia. So close your eyes. And breathe out. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Just letting go, breathing into the heart. It's such a relief to be here in our circle, such a relief to find this support and this beauty that we're experiencing here in this circle. So just allow yourself, just lay your burden down, anything that worries you, just let it go. Take a deep breath into the heart and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Any awkward situation, any difficulty in communication, any, difficult relationship situation, you're just going to let it go for this time that we're together. Take a deep breath and breathe out. And then be aware of the root chakra, the base of the spine, the lower 3 chakras. We're going to ground the lower 3 chakras into the core of the earth. So be aware of the root, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus. And just allow that grounding cord to encompass all the lower chakras and move from the base of the spine through all the layers of the earth into the core of the earth, and say hello to Gaia, the core of the ascended earth. And she's sending this very revitalizing and nourishing energy. She's saying, don't give up, before the magic happens. Don't give up before the magic. So allow this diamond white light to rise up, the magic of Gaia to rise up through all the layers of the earth and into your body. And then just letting go of any density. And she receives it. She loves it. She loves to receive that energy because it's neutral for her. And she recycles and revitalizes herself with this vibration. So just letting go and then receiving this nourishing diamond white light arising from the core of the earth. And then the inner earth is lighting up all these brilliant colors. Colors that you haven't even seen before are lighting up as you bring your attention to the core of the earth, rising up through all the layers of the inner earth. And so you're receiving vibrations of crystals and elementals and some of these very soothing earth energies, air, the breeze of the air, the coolness of the river, all these very soothing vibrations are coming forth to caress you in the inner quantum field so that you feel supported, so that you feel cherished, so that you feel loved as you go through all these different purification processes. This vibration of the Emerald Gaia, the Ascended Gaia, soothes us, cherishes us, and supports us. And so one of the energies that's coming up, for purification as we prepare to receive the abundance codes is this energy of the, moving from separation or survival consciousness to unity consciousness. And those gaps in between that paradigm shift. And one of the very deep-rooted ways of being that's unraveling is a mindset. It's a mindset that's very deep-rooted. And this is the victim consciousness, seeing ourselves, this experience of seeing ourselves as victimized. Spent, in despair, broken. This energy of being disempowered and broken. So this energy, as long as this is vibrating inside of us, it obstructs the experience of abundance because it's a vibration of lack. It's a vibration of survival. So our job in this transmission is to bring up any experience like that, any vibration, unconscious and conscious inside of us, and offering it to this river of divine grace. This energy that's moving through us, this divine energy that's moving through us, that river, that forceful river. You offer it to the river, you offer it to the fire. So focus on the heart area. And breathe into the heart. And the heart is an altar. We're going to offer any experience that comes up for you in your awareness now. And again, it's different for each of us. But any time where we felt victimized, where we felt like we didn't have enough, that we weren't given what we needed. We felt like we just didn't have what we needed to survive or to thrive. Maybe you didn't have the money to get the education that you wanted, to do the career that you wanted, or maybe it can be that we had the money and it was taken from us in some way, or we did not manage it properly. It could be that a loved one needed our support, and then we gave what we had to somebody that we loved, and then we put our needs aside. It's all these kinds of things. Any energy that comes up for you, we're going to call it forth. What is it that you are ready to release as you move from survival consciousness to unity consciousness? So just allow it to come forth, and then you place it on the altar of your heart. And so the energy that I'm seeing for the collective, for the group that's coming up, is that those times where you were feeling really good and I'm moving along, I'm having these new experiences, I am I'm transforming, I'm feeling good. And then somebody from the past comes along, like you go to a family reunion, or somebody from the past shows up, and it's like they want you to stay at the vibration that they're at. They don't want you to move forward in a way. And they may love you and care for you, but it's like they feel like you're leaving them. And in a way you are, because you're no longer matching their vibration. And so the times that you succumb to that, you felt guilty because you're really happy and they're still suffering, or they're accusing you of leaving them behind, they're accusing you of being selfish. This can happen a lot with family. This can happen with our parents or our children, that there's this enmeshment that occurs there. And when one of us moves forward, shifts vibration, and it's not even about being better or worse. It's just that it's different. It's just you're no longer matching this vibration that you came from. And so the loved ones, the friends, the family, they don't want you to go. They want you to stay with them because you're in this tribal consciousness. And so tribal consciousness in the way that we're sharing about at this time, where it can be an obstacle to your growth, is that it's a tendency to attach to the group for security. It's a tendency to want to go along with the crowd in a way, in order to be accepted, in order to be loved, in order to be protected by the group. And so not only is the people in the group, when you start to move away, when you unplug from that tribal consciousness to fulfill your divine destiny and your particular mission, not only are they wanting you to stay, but also it creates a fear inside of us as we're disconnecting that we're not safe. So many times we'll go back to the old way, because as we're moving, as we're forging a new path for ourselves, we get scared, and something comes up, we feel alone, and then we'll go back into that old pattern in order to connect with others. So again, we are unplugging from this survival consciousness, this tribal consciousness. And so we are unplugging and then plugging into unity consciousness. And unity consciousness is space. Unity consciousness is freedom to be who we are. Unity consciousness is that we each are aware that we have a signature essence, we have a mission that no one else can do, like only you can do it. And if you don't do it, it just doesn't get done. It is like your purpose here on the planet, which is unique to you. And in that way, you contribute to the collective, you contribute to the expansion of consciousness, but you're not held back because you're afraid or because you're seeking protection. So you find this protection and courage through union, inner union, and then you emanate that union out into the world, out into your environment, and in that way you're contributing and supporting others in a way that is in alignment with unity consciousness. So just allow yourself to receive. Take deep breaths into the heart. Just allow yourself to receive this divine support to stay on your path, to allow yourself to be infused with your divine mission and your divine purpose. You're connecting with your own signature essence, and that is what feeds you. Not acknowledgement from the group, not protection from the group. What feeds you and protects you is this alignment with your signature essence, with your divine union. So take a deep breath as we recalibrate and come into alignment. So all of these past times are unraveling, and we're calling forth these fragmented parts of ourselves to be integrated, to be received. These fragmented parts of ourselves, they fragmented when we rejected ourselves in a way in order to align with the group. So we're calling forth those parts of ourselves, because those parts of ourselves is what have that, they carry that uniqueness, and they carry that mission. They carry the codes to our divine mission. And so when we heal this is when we come into our originality. Because we're expressing in a way that's very pure. It's not based on seeking acknowledgement from the outer world. It's just a pure expression of our inner divinity. So it's unique and it's original. So no one else can do it in this particular way. So we're calling forth that signature essence. So deep breath. And then be aware of your grounding. So bring your attention to the root chakra and be aware of your connection. So we're grounding into this new awareness. And this new awareness will lead to the ability, the capacity to truly advocate for yourself. So you will know if you're losing your alignment in the moment, and then you will come back into the self. Fierce, it's like a fierceness of caring for yourself and protecting yourself. So now we are going to be aware of the crown of the head. So bring your attention to the crown of the head, and we're going to call forth the cosmic light and the Syrian goddess Stargate. The galactic codes that we're receiving in this transmission, coming from Sirius, a star, the Star Nation, and so we're welcoming and receiving the vibration of the feline beings of light. You can just feel them come forth. Very pure, very pristine vibration of fierceness and courage. And it's just like so focused. This energy is so focused. There is no confusion about who you are. It's so focused on your mission. It's fierce. So just allow yourself to say hello to this vibration of the Syrian goddesses. And you can visualize this vibration as a blue ray. And it's just filled with these star codes, starlight codes of courage and fierceness. It's a ferocity for the divine. A ferocity for following your path and for allegiance to the divine self. And just allow that blue ray, so it's like an indigo blue, to enter in through the crown of the head, and like a river, this vibration moves through all the neural pathways of the brain. So you make the intention, and it's going to move through in a very accelerated way through the brain, clearing, cleansing, recalibrating all the neural pathways, all the thought patterns, all the emotions, like a river moving through your system. Be aware of your grounding, because we're doing all of this from a place of embodiment. Just be aware of the solar plexus, because the power center of the body, as you receive this transmission, clearing out any pattern of disempowerment, any kind of codependency, that is where we tone any obsession with what others are doing or how others think about us or what someone close to us is doing or not doing, all of those kinds of distractions. Codependency, where we're so immersed in someone else's world, thinking that we're caring for them, when we in fact are obstructing them from fulfilling their mission. So we are unraveling these types of enmeshments on both sides, where we felt enmeshed and also where we have done the same pattern to someone else. And so that's when we really, really let go of the pattern. When we can see, that's when we let go of the victim consciousness, when we can actually see when we also behave in those ways. Shakorai chike, shakorai chikisko. So we're going to do just a powerful cleansing and clearing of the solar plexus of all these patterns of enmeshment. When we've suffered from them and also when we've caused them. They're the same. It's the same. There's no right or wrong. We're just letting go of the pattern. Focus on the solar plexus. And let go. Sekhmet, the feline lion-headed goddess, and Bastet. She's a goddess in the Egyptian pantheon coming forth. And she rules the home, security, health, well-being, sensuality, all of our physical experience. So she's coming forth to bless all of those aspects of our life with abundance, with the abundance codes. And these abundance codes are being installed in the solar plexus in this now moment. So you can open to receive if you choose. So and inside yourself, you can say, yes, I choose abundance. I choose freedom. I choose my mission. I choose fulfillment. And just allow yourself to receive. Sono ana ini chinekene chinokorai chikisuko shokorai. Sono ha ana ini chinekene chinekene chinokoro surkoshuana. Sana ini chinekene a chikisukora ha enets and kanananai. Sanakini chikisukoro chukoaha. Sana ini chinekene sukora he ichikisanai. Chana a sana kana a sukohoa. And the Akashic records are opening with the goddess Seshat. And the Akashic records are opening and receiving all of those old patterns that we're completing. And you choose to complete the pattern. So I've learned all I need to know about this, and I'm completing any patterns of disempowerment and codependency and enmeshment. I choose my divine mission. And if you see any people, you might see images of people that you have interacted with in this way. And so when you see somebody, you just let them go. You send love. Thank you. Thank you for all that I've learned from you. Thank you. In my process of empowerment. You have served me. Thank you. We have served each other. Thank you. Sending love. So it's neutralizing any charge that you have around these relationships, because we know it's not them. It is us. We are transforming these patterns inside of us. So we're letting go of any kind of blame, any kind of worry. So, if any kind of hurt feelings, we're just letting it go. So there's your divine right to fulfill your purpose in this incarnation. And those that don't understand us, they don't understand what we're doing, we're sending them love because they're suffering. Send them love. But we advocate for our divine self with ferocity. Sokorai ni chene chinakaro suruaha nai. Sonoa anai ini chinakene chinakorai ichiki soko shoko aha nai. Sana anai, and we can hold both of these things. You know, we can advocate for ourselves. We have allegiance to this divine purpose and this divine mission. And we can also have boundaries and detachment in situations that are not serving us. With the understanding that we all have our own divine timing. So detach with love. So I hate chikora, I hate chikisakora. So no ana in chinake, chikisakora, hey, chikisane, sana in chikane, chikora, and sanakana, and chikisakora, I hate chikisako. So no ana chinake, chikisako, so hana, chikisako, so ana in chinake, chikisakora, hana. So no ana. So there's the suggestion here that any kind of restriction that we may feel coming from the outer world, you know, in some of the things that are happening in the outer world, may bring forth a feeling of restriction or oppression. So the suggestion is when that energy comes up, to move your attention away from that and towards your divine mission. So how do we do that? Because it's like, you know, the divine mission, and like, what is that? Okay, alignment. We do it very viscerally, very physically by coming into alignment. So we move our attention away from something that, and a lot of times it just doesn't make sense. That's why we get hooked. So when that hooking starts to happen, we immediately, this activation is going to allow us to see that right away, to have clarity, and to move our attention to alignment, to the inner union. And that we do through this connection to Gaia. So we move our attention from thoughts, from trying to understand what doesn't make sense, from trying to understand people that are behaving in ways that don't make sense, all of this confusion and fear. We choose to move our attention from that vibration to the inner union. And so we do that by immediately putting our attention on the body, moving from the mind to the body, to the breathing. We focus on the root chakra, the connection to the ascended earth, the core of the earth. And then we allow that energy to rise up into our body. And just doing that process, we unplug from the survival consciousness and plug into the ascended vibration of unity consciousness. So we have to choose. At this time, we have many opportunities to choose. So do we stay in survival consciousness, or do we move consciously move into alignment? So we're moving from victim mentality to empowerment. We can choose. So Sakishana Kurai Chikisana Hene Chike Chikora Hanai. Sonoa Anna Ini Chinakene Chikorai Chiki Sakorai Chiki. And even when an energy of despair comes forth, that energy of just being tired and defeated, we surrender. We surrender to the inner union. It only means that we are trying to be in control. That energy comes forth because we're trying to control. So we surrender to this river this river of the divine energy moving through our system. And we surrender. We move into this alignment. And we surrender to it. We move from the mind, our attention from the mind, trying to figure out why we're feeling this way. Why is it like this? This is so hard. Why did I do all these things? Like the mind goes into this whole snowballing. And so we gently move our attention from the mind and the thought patterns to the heart. We move into alignment. Again, we make our connection with Gaia. We make our connection with the cosmic light. We bring in the cosmic light in through the crown of the head, into the heart, where it integrates with the earth energy. And we breathe into the heart. And then from this place, we move into witness consciousness. So we're observing what's occurring all around us without engaging. We detach with love. Deep breath. And now we're bringing in all that we desire in through the crown of the head, this vibration, the galactic abundance codes. So focus on the heart area. And what is it? What is that feeling that you want to feel? What is the feeling that you would have, for example, if you had $50 million in your bank account? What would that feel like? Would all thoughts of survival, all worries just melt away, magically melt away? So what would it feel like to be completely protected financially? Even if you make a mistake, that you still have an abundance of resources. And so when you call forth that feeling, whatever it is that's obstructing that experience, it comes up. Or whether like it can be a thought like this could never happen, this is silly. Some kind, it can be like a doubt. So attachment can be an attachment to an identity that we have of lack, which is sometimes hard to believe that we have that, but we do because it's familiar. It's so familiar that we don't even have it. We're so used to feeling that way that we don't even realize that we're feeling that way. So we have to just become more and more aware of our thoughts and our feelings. So this transmission is activating the capacity to really be aware of what it is we are thinking, the thought patterns. So one common thought pattern is that to be in a state that, oh, the money's coming, the money's coming, the money's coming. Not quite there yet, but it's coming. So again, that thought is creating separation because it's not there. It's in the future. It's not in the present. It's something that's coming. It's something that will occur in the future. Okay. So we're going to call back all of that energy in the future. The money is here. What does it feel like to have that full bank account? It's here. I have it now. Everything has unfolded beautifully, and I'm experiencing this financial abundance. What does that feel like? So we're cultivating that vibration of wholeness, of abundance, of overflow. What does it feel like to have too much money? Like I have so much money, I don't even know what to do with it. Shinokoa. I'm prosperous beyond my wildest dreams. What is the feeling? We're tapping into the vibration and cultivating this vibration. It is here now. Shakoahe chike chakorahi chike sinakoa. Sonoa anai ini chinake shinakorai chike sako soroa hanai. So skoroshanoa hanai chike sako. So breathe into the heart. Allowing the heart to receive this infusion of the blue ray, the Syrian goddess Stargate. So that blue ray has moved through all the neural pathways of the brain. It has saturated the pineal gland at the center of the head, this blue, indigo blue, galactic abundance code. Entering into the throat, cleansing and purifying, recalibrating all of our expression and communication. Entering into the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root. And then the emerald Gaia vibration is rising up through all the layers of the earth, into the soles of the feet, this emerald gold vibration rising up through the energy channels of the legs, and merging with the blue ray. And rising up into the sacral chakra, activating the creative life force. Moving into the solar plexus and into the heart. So your whole being is infused with the ascended Gaia frequency. In that we are multidimensionally communicating with Gaia, with our galactic star family, and with our own divine self. This is our alignment. And then in the heart, we're just experiencing that opulence, that overflow of abundance. Calling back all these windfalls of the future into the present moment. It's here now. And then we just allow that feeling to expand. So we tap into that feeling, and then the way that we cultivate it. So this is a practice that we're going to practice every day, is calling forth that feeling of abundance overflow, total freedom and financial security, no worries. Sonai shinaki shinokorai chiki sonokoroi hainai ini chinaki ni chinokorai hi senaki sonokorwa. Soskora shinoha nai senaki shinokorai chiki shinokoroi hainai. Sono anai ini shinaki ni chinokorai chiki sokorai chiki chinokori chiki tiki ni chene tekere 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 teke sokoho aha ana. Sha anai ini chinakene chakora ha ana kene 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 ki chikene chakora sorwa sana ine chike chakora he chike chakora hosono kora ana. And that that abundance, that overflow, again, we're functioning as multidimensional beings of light, and so we're very aware that money can be there in different forms, in different cycles. It's constantly moving and flowing in the cycles of receiving, holding, releasing, receiving, holding, releasing. So the energy of money is movement. It moves. It rises, it falls, it holds. So we just accept that natural flow. So even if we can't see it, we know that it's there. It has arrived. It is present. So suroha. And what is the source? What is the source of money? So we connect to the source. And the source of money is Gaia. Be aware that the source of money is Gaia. Even the paper that money is made from is from Gaia. The gold is from Gaia, the womb of Gaia. So when we align with Gaia, we're connecting to the source of abundance on this planet. So we come into alignment with the ascended Gaia. We choose to unplug from survival consciousness, plug into unity consciousness, and then we cultivate the vibration of abundance and opulence. It is your divine birthright to have the resources to fulfill your divine mission in this incarnation from this moment forward. You are aware that it is your divine right to have everything that you need to fulfill your purpose. It's just a given. It's nothing that you have to strive for. So this mindset, this way, this perception dissolves all perceptions of lack, which are distortions. So in the times that we did have to live through a period of lack, and maybe we suffered because we were in lack, and there were times that we didn't have what we need. So we become aware that those are times that we're learning. We are learning about abundance. We're having that experience, so that we can recognize our part in creating it, our part in manifesting it, our part in being afraid of it or resisting it, so that we can cleanse and purify those experiences from our present time reality. So we're clearing the field, starting fresh. Letting go. Take a deep breath and let go. So when we're cultivating this vibration of abundance, every time that you didn't feel abundance is going to come up. You're like, well, what about the time that I was like this? Or what about the time that this happened? Okay, so that's the purpose. You allow it to come forth. You see it. Okay, I had that experience. And then I offer it to the fire with love. Sonoha, and I detach with love. Yes, I had that experience. But now I'm choosing unity consciousness. I'm choosing support. I've learned what I needed to learn about being separated from myself. I've learned what I need to learn about what it's like to be overwhelmed or to feel empowered or to feel like I don't have a choice. Now I have a choice. Okay, so we're acknowledging, yes, these things happen. Yes, these things were painful. But now I'm letting that go. I'm choosing to let that go. I'm choosing support. Now I want to learn what it's like to have everything that I need, to manifest everything that I need. I'm choosing support. I'm choosing empowerment. It's a choice. And we're doing the work. We have to do the work to clear out these obstructions. And so we have the tools. We know exactly how to do it. So we're going to cultivate that vibration with the awareness that these things are going to come up, and then we do our alignment work to clear and cleanse and purify any experience, any frequency of separation. And then we go back to cultivating that feeling, cultivating that vibration, connecting with Gaia, the vibration of Gaia, the source of abundance on this planet. And then we connect with the cosmic light and experience that marriage, the alchemical marriage of matter and spirit in our heart. This is the divine union, the divine self, being revealed through light. So just take a moment to bask in that vibration of your own divine self. Offering gratitude for this experience of letting go, of allowing this divine life force to move through us like a river of grace moving through our system, activating, recalibrating, and aligning to the divinity that is you. And this is the most beautiful service that you can offer at this time. The more you become uplifted, the more you are able to sustain this vibration, this very high frequency, that frequency of that we experience in the Galactic Abundance Code of it's just so pristine and pure and focused on the divinity within. That's the feline energy. There's a ferocity to this divine self. Shokorai chinakene chinakorai chikiso koroahana. So just allow that fierceness, that to be absorbed into your system. Focus, clarity, discernment. Oh, beautiful. And so just breathe it in. You may feel lighter, that some of the density that we started the transmission with has dissolved. There's a freshness that comes forth. Just breathe into that. Offering gratitude to the goddess Sekhmet and Bastet, the feline goddesses, expressions of the Divine Mother that came forth to support us today, and the Sirius beings of light that came forth in the Stargate, the 7-7 Stargate, to uplift us if we allow it. Shanaisha Shikiso Shwa Hana Soaha Hana Asha Nishnakare Chike Chakorai Saki Chikisako Shwa. And celebrate this beautiful vibration of abundance that we'll continue to cultivate in the weeks ahead in different ways. That will be revealed. Just offering so much gratitude as we complete the transmission. Align with the divinity that is you.